So Jim, we're here at the Ascend conference, and obviously people who, what I would call swim in a different stream are coming to here. I always want to know, because it's a lot easier to do the same old stuff that everybody else is doing. I always want to know why people start with something. So well, if you said, quick story, what your why?
Yeah, my why is related to tragedy in my life, and so it was, God, almost 10 years ago. I was away somewhere on a vacation, and I got a call and found out my son died, and he was tragically at 22. And so I was just a wreck, a mess, and for 2.5 years of my life I was my company's worst employee. But yet my company grew and survived, and I own my company. And I came to realize about 4 years ago, when I stepped out, my employees stepped up, they saved my business. And so I realized all these employers we worked with, without their employees, they had no business either. And so my focus changed from really the employer to the employee, and I wanted to make their lives better. So that's what I do what I do today.
And your famous line, say it so everybody understands it.
Without employees, you have no business.
Love it, love it. So, switching gears, you are, I would say, in the advanced side of the folks that are here. So you've got several clients that are doing these next-gen type strategies. Talk to me about the level of confidence and, like, what do you know that works? Like, what you absolutely know that works. What works?
The easiest piece is the pharmacy piece. It's so non-disruptive to employees. They're able to maintain their same pharmacies they go to like normal, but yet we're able to reduce the employer cost 40% at least, and the employee cost is zero when we are able to do some of those things that we can do. That's so impactful to employees' life. I had a story one time, had an employee that was able to get Enbrel, and so she was paying $150 a month. She made $25,000 a year. She wasn't making a lot of money. $150 a month out of her pocket is almost 10% of her annual earnings. We were able to get that medication for her at zero out of her pocket. And when her employer told her, she was crying to the employer and said, this is life-changing. That's what we did.
So, in this labor market, with people having such hard time recruiting and retaining employees, that conversation is just huge.
Well, you can explain to them, hey, you've got these line, they're making $15 an hour. $15 an hour is 30 grand. Well, you can make it a huge impact in their life. That's an enormous pay raise if we're able to do that. It's certainly if they're on some of these medications that are costing the employer Humira $120,000 a year, 108 or whatever that number is, but it's always jacking up. That's a huge savings to the employer, but it's even more impactful to the employee.
Third question. You have lots of these conversations. Not everybody takes you up on this. If you were sitting in front of an employer, what's the advice you give them? What's the story you tell them?
I ask them, how sustainable is this path that you're on? Maybe it's affordable for you personally, but can your employee afford to not get a pay raise for the next 3 years and have to pay more out of their pocket for their health care just because you're not willing to make a change that's going to be impactful positively for your business, but also them so significantly? Ask them that question. Some don't care. They're not the right employer for me anyway. I'm going to walk away.
Awesome, awesome. Well, buddy, thank you so much, and we'll see you again.